This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this StockBox interview.
Hello and welcome to StockBox. Rome Resources has just announced the first assay results for its recent drilling at the Mont Agoma tin prospect at its busy North tin project in the DRC yesterday. Now, the results confirmed significant widths of tin mineralisation in two holes, with tin increasing at depth, providing increasing evidence Rome is unlocking a complex mineral system. Now, Paul Barrett, CEO of Rome Resources, joins me now. Hello and welcome to StockBox, Paul.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Oh, great to have you with us. Now, of course, you've had this RNS that's just been released. Let's look a little bit more into this. Can you tell us why it's particularly significant that the grades of tin intersected at Mont Agoma increase at depth?
Yes, I mean, that's a simple question, but it's quite a convoluted answer in a way. So these two holes are the first two assays we've got back from the current Mont Agoma, the current Mont Agoma drilling program. So they both intersected a very wide zone of tin mineralization, which is 30 to 40 meters, which is pretty significant compared to Alphamin to the south, which they're mining from about a 10 meter wide zone. What we're expecting is that as we get closer and closer to the granite source for the tin, in other words, deeper into the system, then this zone of mineralization, which at the moment in the shallow section is actually relatively discrete, thin tin zones within that larger zone, will actually start to have more replacement of tin as we go further deeper. And so we end up really with much higher grades within that 30-meter zone. So that's the holy grail for us now, and that will be basically our current drill program. We've got 3 drilling rigs on the site, and we're executing a program where we're going quite a lot deeper into the system. Mm-hmm. We're starting that right now, actually. And so the next couple of months will be a significant amount of drilling deeper into the system to chase where this 30-40 meter zone improves in terms of overall amount of cassiterite tin mineralization. So that's where we are, and that's what we're going to do over the next couple of months.
Right, yeah. And so, of course, with mineralization remaining open at depth, as you've just explained, you'll now commence deeper drilling at the project at depths comparable to those at Alphamin's neighbouring Mapama project. Now, can you tell us a little bit more about this? What are you hoping to find, and over what time frame can investors expect results?
So there's 2 very important analogues for what we're doing. One of them is clearly Alphamin. So it's a tin play. It is the highest grade tin play in the world. It's just 8 kilometers down the road, and it's in the same rocks, the same system. So we're expecting similar story at the end of the day in terms of outcome for this project. Genetically, though, it is also very similar to San Rafael in Peru, which is it's very common in tin mineralization to have zonations where you have tin at depth, tin and copper shallower, and then pure copper in the very shallow. And where we've been drilling with these 2 holes that we've just announced is actually in that transition zone. So we've got a lot of copper. That, you know, as we go to the north, actually we have up to 100 meter wide copper zone. Clearly we're in this for tin, but copper in these kind of quantities is very, very valuable to us. So, you know, we could end up having a dual commodity project at the end of the day, and also that's even not taking into consideration a large amount of zinc mineralization. So it's very much a polymetallic system. And as I say, you know, the similarities to Alphamin and the similarities to San Rafael, both of which are effectively, I think from memory, the two largest producers of tin in the world. Mm-hmm. So we're in good company by chasing up that model, which is, as I said, what we're doing.
Yeah, Yeah. And the last time we spoke to you here at StockBox, it was immediately following the news that Rome had received a 4.5 million strategic investment. So will this cover the follow-up drilling that you're planning at Mont Agoma?
Oh, absolutely. We're in an enviable position, I guess, in a way, of being a junior miner that's actually got more cash than we need for this particular drilling program. And so I suspect that the plan now, as I said, is to drill a number of deeper holes on Mont Agoma, take us a couple of months. We're also, we'll probably talk about Kalai in a minute, but we're also finishing up the drilling program there. But in terms of the spend, I think we would definitely have a significant amount of working capital left over after this drilling campaign. So, yeah, it's a good position to be in.
Yeah. Any idea how much this drilling campaign will cost?
It all depends on how quickly it goes. I mean, it's it is quite a remote environment, and things do break down. So, but if all things go as per plan, I would say we would probably spend about $1.5 million US on the rest of the project.
Right. Yeah, that's great. Now, you also previously walked us through the geophysics you were planning at Mont Agoma. Now, alongside the drilling, how will this help you build up a bigger picture of Mont Agoma's potential?
Well, the geophysics really that we're looking at, it's quite the tin mineralization really won't respond well to electrical or magnetic geophysical methods, but we are looking at that. We are looking at doing LiDAR, which is basically very detailed topography. There are very little exposures of rock in this area. It's all very dense jungle. So, excuse me. And what LiDAR does is takes away that jungle and gives you a really accurate topography of the area. And these projects are actually determined by the topography in a way. We're both on ridges, so that will help us a lot. What we're additionally doing is extending the geochemical soil survey sampling, which was very, very useful in targeting the drilling. So they're out there walking through the jungle, taking soil samples as we speak. So that's additional geochemical work rather than geophysical.
Mm-hmm. Well, with Rome busy on the ground, can you give us an idea of some of the key events investors should be keeping an eye out for? What's coming up?
Yeah, well, on Mont Agoma, as I said, it's a couple of months of drilling still to go. There will be a few announcements along the way of results as and when we get them. And then we will look to hopefully have a resource number for Mont Agoma at the end of Q1. Maybe right, pardon me, maybe right into the early part of April. The other project, Kalai, where the drilling is pretty much completed, I think it's a faster track there to get to a resource number. It's a simple tin project. It's not polymetallic, and so it will be a relatively simple process to come up with a resource number. Hopefully over the next month or so. So again, we will announce the drilling results as they come in, and then the resource numbers for Kalai will come in quicker than Mont Agoma, and then we'll decide what we do next.
Yeah, because of course the opportunity at Busy North, of course, is the Kalai prospect, where you've identified potential for high grade open pit tin resource. So we can expect follow up drilling alongside Mont Agoma here as well, then.
Well, as I say, the Kalai program is just about complete. We've got a couple of holes probably to drill, and then we'll wrap that up and then see what happens next. Kalai it does have potential for a kind of an early production scheme. It's very sharp. Well, it's at surface effectively, so that could be a different story to Mont Agoma. Mont Agoma is probably bigger, but Kalai is simpler, maybe.
Yeah. That's great. Well, Paul, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us today at StockBox. I know you're a little under the weather, so we appreciate you coming on.
That's right.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on and just delving a little bit deeper into your latest news with us. And no doubt we'll be speaking to you again here soon at StockBox.
Really? Yeah. Okay. No, thanks a lot.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.